absolutely love them. They've cost me, I don't know, a lot of money. But anyway, I used to throw things away when they were moth damaged because, well, you know, what can you do with a moth hole? Now, when I'm looking at things that are made from vintage materials they're never going to see again, I think, well, you've got to try and hang on to some of this stuff. No matter how badly it's damaged, keep it, because you can use the material for something else. A lot of the time you can repair it. You don't despair if you've got a moth hole. There's lots of different ways of doing it. You can darn it, but darns tend to be a little bit lumpy. This is a little trick I quite often do with things like dinner jacket trousers. Now, this is a perfectly wearable, it's quite a good size. These are 32 waist, 32 leg, good size for a modern chap. But I sold these, and we found out, because I hadn't noticed that it's got a hole there. Now, you can see the hole quite plainly there. You see it a lot more clearly. Now, the trouble is, when you look at a hole like that, it's quite visible because it looks blacker than the thing. So it really stands out. And just to make it stand out a little bit more, let's just stuff that in there. Now, you can see that's quite a big hole there. And it'll put a lot of people off wearing them like that. So what we're going to do is a little trick. This is fusing tape. It's frowned upon by tailors, but used extensively by them, and I use it a lot too. Now, what we're going to do is steal a little bit of the same cloth from somewhere else. Now, the turn-up on this trouser is very shallow, so I'm not going to steal any from here, but there's always somewhere else when you can pinch a little bit of material. Next place to look is, of course, this pretty generous V in the back. Now, I'm going to cut a tiny little bit out of here. Doesn't need much. It's all that's needed, just about a little bit bigger than the hole. I'll cut that little bit of overlocking off now. That's a tiny little piece. Now, next thing to do, see that's big enough to cover that hole, of course, and it's the same material. Then we take our fusing tape and put that over it like that. Now you can make the tape just a little bit bigger than the actual little patch you're using, if you like. It won't do any harm. Fusing tape tends to just sort of shrivel and disappear if you've got a little bit of a border on it. So that little bit of extra that you see just there, that's fine. Now we're going to reverse these trousers. Take that out, put it back in when we've turned this inside out. Make sure we've got the right leg. Now where's our hole? Here we go, it's there. Now we want to make sure we can see it again. So where's our bit of I find the best stuff is kitchen towel. It seems to do this job quite well, because the little bit of adhesive that would normally go straight down to the other side of the trousers tends to just disappear and stick to the kitchen towel quite well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tiny little hole in this. You don't always have to do that. If that was a smaller hole, I wouldn't even bother to do this. I'm going to cut just a tiny little hole in there, like that. So, see that hole is smaller than the actual moth hole. Now put that over like that. Now here's our patch. Now be careful that you've got these. Actually, there is a right way up for this cloth, but I'm not going to bother too much with this. It's parathea. Now put that over like that. Now I've got a really nice fancy iron here, but you know, an ordinary domestic steam iron is just as good. Let's watch this. Put it on, don't move it about. Get a bit of steam there. Want that really hot now. press it on that. Once it's bonded, you can then press it on, and you see the little traces that were like overlapping there, they've disappeared now. Get the steam out of the way, steaming my glasses up. Now let's see if we've been successful. Now remember, it was quite unsightly. That was a quite visible hole. You'd see your skin or your socks or something through that. Now let's see if it's noticeable now. Like I say, a lot of repairs, they don't have to be invisible repairs as long as they're unnoticeable repairs. Now that's where it is. Now I'm just going to give it a quick press again using this paper, which will it's all in the pressing. Now let's see what we've got. It's almost invisible. It's certainly perfectly wearable now.